change. When I was on the road one time and I worked for PETA, I had an activist tell me, she goes, "I just given up hope on everyone." So my question was, if you've given up hope on everyone, then why do you do this? Because if you can't change people, then what's the point of being an activist? So I kind of wrote this in response. I was invited to come to a poetry thing, and you know, and some of the activists there I was directing this to were there. So so now I'll read it to you. But it rings true for anything you're active about. You know, you want to embrace it, to be the change that you want to see. Change does not come because your signs are bigger than theirs. Change does not come because you scream louder than them. Change does not come because you can't see around your own anger and hate to see your truth burning crosses in the valleys of your soul. Scream mantras of "we demand change because we're queer," but guess what? Change starts here. Let your soul scream for change with actions of love. Instead of holding signs, hold mirrors so that people can see where change begins. Do not let ignorance burn down the bridges of change, because how are people supposed to get across if there are no bridges? Bashing ourselves with anger and hate, reflecting on humanity that continues to suffer under the weight of our own unwillingness to say, "I love you" first. We want equality, but life is an algebra. A letter plus a letter plus a letter plus a letter only equals separation. And the only number we need is oneness. Humanity pointing fingers at one another for all the fucked up things, never seeing the four fingers pointing back at our hearts, screaming open. It is the Christian woman that pulled me off my own cross long enough for me to feel God's grace in the grass beneath my feet. It's a straight man that goes to a rainbow rally who cannot see the divided colors of the rainbow because he only sees a rainbow. When's the last time you just saw a rainbow? It's screaming at a man who screams lyrics of hate, drowning out the music of change. We are so tired from screaming that we can't start singing the songs of love. And if we can't see hope, even in the darkest soul, then why open our fucking eyes? Be the dove, flap your wings, and sing peace. Open your heart and let it scream love. Hold your mirrors high so that I can see that if I want change, I have to start with me.